Can't find your bag. Here, there is. Okay?
This way. No! You guys are in so much trouble, I promise!
Fraud, in simple terms, is when someone deliberately tries to cheat for personal gain from individuals, businesses, or organizations. Usually, it's all about money or financial perks, but sometimes it's about snagging special treatments or services they wouldn't typically get. These scammers employ all sorts of tactics, from outright lying to conveniently omitting important details during applications. They might even go as far as stealing someone else's identity. However, not every scammer gets away with it, like these folks we're meeting today. In January 2023, two individuals faced arrest over a suspected bank fraud. One attempted to deposit a money order using a fake ID. The scam was to make a simple deposit, then convince the bank clerk that he'd forgotten his account number to get the information from them, and of course, make a withdrawal later. His accomplice, who's the getaway driver, ran from the police, but was tracked down by an automated license plate reader system.
You can come over here with me then, okay? I'll take him over there in a second.
Give me 1 second.
Nope, you're not going. You're right now. You're being detained. Okay, you're not going anywhere.
For what reason?
I'm investigating something going on right now. Okay.
Okay.
Until then, until I say you're free to go,
okay.
You'll be free to go at that point. Okay. Right now, you are not free to go.
The clueless face is a classic, but the police officer knows it all too well. It takes guts to try to just stroll out of the bank after trying to fool the bank staff and the cop in front of him. I mean, who knows what's going through his mind? Maybe he's just hoping nobody noticed the scam, or he's got unshakable confidence. Either way, it's definitely an awkward moment for fraudster number one.
Do you live in Georgia?
I do.
Okay. First bank you've been to today?
Mm-hmm.
It is First Bank. Okay.
Yeah, why?
All right. You cashing a check?
No, I was making a deposit.
Making a
I was
deposit?
making a deposit.
Okay. Where's that check? Where's the?
I don't have the checks.
Okay. Receipt.
I was asked to make a deposit.
Okay.
No money transactions, no nothing, sir.
You were successful with making a transaction?
No, I wasn't even trying to make a transaction, except make a deposit.
How's that in cash?
I was depositing money order.
A money order, okay. And it was unsuccessful?
No, I mean, she took it, and I thought I was leaving. I don't know why you're here.
It sounds like the suspect rehearsed this routine 100 times in front of a mirror, or at other banks. Who knows? Why else would he be so calm and collected, right? It's interesting to see the cop keeps his cool and doesn't sound confrontational at first, probably to earn the suspect's trust.
So you live in Louisiana?
Actually, no. I live here. I was asked to make a deposit.
You were asked to make a deposit. Who asked you to make the deposit?
This guy here.
Daniel Paul asked you to make a deposit?
That's what I was told.
Okay, who is this?
Daniel Paul.
This looks like your driver's license to me. You're gonna tell me you're not Daniel Paul? Is that what you're telling me?
Why do you say that?
Because you're saying this gentleman right here told you to make a deposit.
I was asked to make that deposit.
But you're Daniel Paul, right?
No.
You're not Daniel Paul. So this picture right here is not you.
I didn't even look at that. If you could let me see, I don't know how they got on there.
That doesn't look like you.
No, it does now.
Okay.
I did not have anything to do with that.
Dealing with money matters and banking affairs requires careful attention, so claiming innocence by saying it was just a favor seems far-fetched. The scammer's attempt to downplay the situation will not sway the firm approach of this officer.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't buy your story that this is not you. We're going to
The picture is me, but
First
the
off,
name's not.
Okay, first off, we're going to get to the bottom of who you are, okay?
Okay.
We'll deal with that, okay? But this to me looks just like you, okay?
It does.
Weight, height, hair color, eye color. Go ahead. Looks like you.
And let me just mention this. We've contacted the true client who owns this account, and our client,
Thank you.
we've contacted their true client that this relationship belongs to. This client is out of town, has been out of town since before Christmas. They have no idea. They haven't sent anyone to a branch to make a deposit, so they have no earthly idea of what's going on.
Talk about being caught red-handed. The ID this guy provided clearly shows a picture of him, but the name isn't his. I guess scammer number one is running out of excuses, right?
The person that asked me to make that deposit's out in the car.
They're out in the car? They're out there now? What kind of car are they driving?
It's a black Nissan, and he's over there by CVS.
Black Nissan, is that black hatchback back there?
No, it's not a hatchback. It's on the other side of CVS. We went to CVS.
Hey,
For
dude.
cops, dealing with the scammer's excuses and repetitive elaborate stories every day must feel like banging heads against a brick wall. But one thing's for sure, there will come a moment where the suspect starts to play nice and cooperative, giving some precious details about their scams. In the fake Daniel Paul's case here, he just handed them his accomplice's location. Whether it'll earn him any brownie points with the boys in blue remains to be seen.
I didn't even pay attention to the picture. I swear to God.
You don't pay attention to what somebody hands you.
I just felt it's a thing. It's not cashing anything. It was like, here, make this deposit. I'm ready to make a deposit. I was dropped off right here.
Do you want to try this and make it easier on you and tell me everything that has happened? Be truthful with me. I'm telling you this because honesty goes a long ways with me, okay? But right now I have you for obstruction, I have you for fraud, okay? Bottom line, it's just simple, all right? I don't buy your story.
Getting scammers to come clean requires some serious people skills. I mean, imagine trying to crack open a safe without the combination. That's what's happening with fake Daniel Paul here, who seems to be ready to talk, but at the same time, refuses to admit he's part of the scam. This cop sounds like he's got the gift of the gab and isn't afraid to use it. Sometimes all it takes is a lot of persistence and a firm push in the right direction to break through those walls of lies.
So this has been an all-day event, basically. So he started out at Roswell attempting, I think he has a couple of different money orders.
60s on time.
Because he went over there and deposited a money order for $20. So he initially went there and was like, hey, I need to make a deposit. I don't have my account number. Here's my ID. Can you look it up for me? So then the banker there just already felt a little suspicious.
So you think he's trying to get people's account number from
Yeah,
you?
and that's what they do. Client impersonators come in with fake IDs. They'll deposit something small and then request for us to change the...
I'm just wondering if I have enough to get him on fraud. Okay, but I
And
do have enough
the
to get
true
him.
client
I
is
do
now
have enough to
asking
get
for us
him
to press charges.
I do have enough to get him on clienting. Okay? I have enough for that. I have enough to take him to jail. Just don't know about nothing was there wasn't a transaction. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, so,
No, because we knew that he wasn't. So no, did he truly deposit anything? No. We didn't give him any cash. No. But he's fishing around to try to get information.
Well, well. If the banks had not shared information about these suspicious activities, the suspect might have slipped through the cracks. The manager's expertise and quick response were crucial in safeguarding the real Daniel Paul's account. Their proactive measures truly made all the difference in preventing potential harm.
I don't sit here and negotiate with you. I'm not doing that.
Okay, no, I'm just saying, I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm a senior citizen. I've been through a lot, and this ID was made by this gentleman, or someone that's associated with this gentleman.
We're gonna find out who he is too.
And it was handed to me to go make a deposit today.
Okay.
Before the fake driver's license is discovered, the suspect plays another classic card, portraying vulnerability. It's a move often rooted in real struggles, perhaps indicating how hardships can sometimes lead to a life of scams. Yet regardless of personal circumstances, society's rules stand firm, and this cop is ensuring they're upheld, protecting against fraudsters and maintaining order.
Fourth, what it sounds like to me that y'all have been hopping banks, trying to figure out someone's account number that you can get. Okay, by just what they're telling me, they're telling me that I don't know what my account number is. Can you give it to me? And Roswell gives you an account number. Okay. Luckily, they're smart enough to not give you someone's account number. Okay. And I believe that's what you've been doing today. Understood? Go ahead and stand up. Put your hands on your back.
Scammers are notorious for their poker faces, adept at denying their wrongdoings until the very end. However, when the cop sums up the entire scam for the suspect, it sends a clear message. Despite any denials or half-truths, the police, with the bank's assistance, have a solid grasp of the situation and they're ready to prove it.
How you doing, Mr. Raphael? My name's Officer Hall, Brookhaven Police Department. You're under arrest, okay? For fraud on one count, okay? This gentleman over here has identified you, okay? We found this gentleman on one of our cameras, flock cameras, with him in your passenger seat of your vehicle, okay? So you're gonna be arrested for fraud on first count, okay? Or one count, okay? Do you understand that?
Looks like scammer number one's final move was to blame it all on his accomplice who ran away. But as they say, the truth always finds a way of coming out in the end. They were charged with forgery in the first degree and identity fraud. No one can blame a couple for wanting to unwind at a luxurious 5-star hotel. However, using someone else's information and exploiting their credit card reward system can quickly derail those plans. Instead of enjoying plush accommodations, they might find themselves in less than comfortable jail cells.
All right, whatever's going on, I'm gonna tell her like I told you. Okay, so I'm right here.
Boom, 809. You get a call from California saying that his car was authorized for the room. These are the folks that's occupying the room.
Okay.
He wanted to know in California what's going on. So this is what we're doing right now. So he can have clarification. He said he don't know neither one of them. The girl, he don't know them.
Messing with rich people's credit can definitely lead to swift action. Do you think the couple at least got to enjoy a glimpse of that luxurious 5-star hotel life before things took a turn? Did they at least enjoy some minibar snacks and so forth?
What's going on? Something, you heard close to your phone, it's not gonna work. So I'm like, okay, maybe they need to put the new magnet on. So we come down here, tell about the magnet, that's when she takes the information. That's it. Okay. I wasn't aware of any false information.
It's always interesting when a simple mix-up starts raising eyebrows and security gets involved. And if the guy's story's a bit shaky, well, that adds another layer of intrigue. Let's see how long it'll take for them to change their version of this scam. I mean, their story.
So what card's causing all these problems?
My debit card, I'm assuming.
Your debit card? Okay, and do you mind if I get your ID? Okay.
So what she told me, she said this card wasn't the one that's on file.
Which card is the one on file?
That's what I'm saying. So my homeboy that I said used to get the room, I guess she used the card, whatever information they
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Stand by with them. What card's on file? What card was used?
Okay, they let me I called Mr. Bloom.
They're over there.
Mr. Bloom card was not used. They used a different Visa card on there. They gave it to the clerk. And that should have alerted.
No, that's a MasterCard. So,
Yeah, MasterCard.
okay. Ending in 4155?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the card that they used.
They used their own card, but the reservation and Mr. Bloom's information was used. So that's a problem.
Okay, so they used this card when they got here.
Right.
But the booking for it was under somebody else's name.
Ah, clarity at last. For inexperienced or new staff members, this situation could have played right into the scammer's hands. After all, navigating workplace bureaucracies can be confusing, especially for those unfamiliar with the ropes. However, the savvy hotel manager wasn't fooled.
Okay, so Mr. Krim, whose information was used to book the room, does not know him, her, or Rico, the friend that he claims set up the room. He gave me the member ID number, along with the last 4 of the credit card on file, plus the expiration date.
And here's the physical card that he used.
They have the card. It's her card. It's right there, 4155.
It's the female's card?
Yeah.
But how is that card being used as the other person's card?
Oh, it's not. So basically, the room was booked under his information, and it wasn't authorized, and then they used their card.
Did they use his financial information to book the room?
What they did, whomever made the reservation used Mr. Krug's profile. His profile brings up everything about him. That's what they did. And just booked it with Marriott. Just enter and book his profile by using this number. This number holds all his profile.
Looks like the lovebirds' romantic rendezvous won't be happening anytime soon. The police are crashing the party and revealing the intricate plan that doesn't include using someone's credit card information, but actually the VIP client's hotel profile.
So, do you have any contact between you and this Rico?
Yeah.
You do? You mind showing me that? Is it on Instagram as well?
No, he gave me his number.
He gave you his number?
Yeah.
Okay. So what brought you to this one?
He tell me to pick one. Like, you know what I'm saying? He'll give me a choice. He'll tell me which one. He's like, whichever one you want.
How did you get his phone number?
There's somebody that I knew. He said, on Instagram. He said, give me a room. He gave me contact him.
From what we hear about this Rico, he sounds like quite the friend, offering free luxury weekends at top-notch hotels. And all the couple had to do was pick a room. Sounds a bit sketchy, doesn't it? Guess it was a gamble between a dream getaway and potential jail time. And now the scared boyfriend has to convince the cops that this Rico guy set them up.
Do you mind if I see those text messages one last time? So this was, I take it this is the last one that he sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's this, this one. When did he send that? Okay, 5:42?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When did y'all check in today?
Oh, wow, I'm not gonna
Was it
lie.
like,
I think.
right after that at like 6? Actually, just pulled that, yeah, it's 6.
Yeah, 6:11.
Okay. Okay. And how did y'all check in? Like, did
He
you?
said he put it under her name. So
He put it under her name? Okay. So.
He got me, and I told him what
Did
happened.
he give you all like a confirmation number?
Yeah,
Or, like,
it's right there. It's right, you'll see it. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah, you'll see it right there. Like when you send me.
so is that what you guys use to actually like look up the reservation?
Nah, we use our name.
So you basically like look it up by your name?
Yeah, we put our name.
So he put it under her name?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that's not what happened because they have it under.
No, there is though. No, I know. What I'm saying is he. That's what he tell me. That's why he sent me this right here. That's what he told me. He was like, cause he said he has a reward system. So I'm like, okay, cool. He was like,
so did you check in using this guy's name?
No, cause he told me not to.
Okay. So
he's like, that's from the rewards. Just use it under her name, and then you'll be good.
The cops playing this good old game called Ask 100 Ways, Get 1,000 Answers. And the more he asks, the more confusing the boyfriend's answers get. Smart move to test the boyfriend's alibi. But if Rico was supposed to be their ticket to this fancy hotel, I'm afraid to break it to him that they won't be enjoying this luxury for long.
here's the deal. A couple things. One, hotel doesn't want you here.
Absolutely.
Two, I got reason to think that y'all knew that this whole thing was a load of crap. Because you getting random people's personal information, like cards, addresses, everything.
I didn't know about the card. He just sent me the name, and the little.
You can look down and you can see the card, man.
I didn't go to that. I was using confirmation number and the name. That's all. I don't know about nothing. I didn't see that. I didn't click on the card. I didn't see no card.
Okay.
And even if there was a card, I'm thinking it's his or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Not knowing about none of that. And if I did, I would have not booked the room.
All right. So here's the deal. You mind standing up for me? Yeah. Okay. So right now, you're placed under arrest for disorderly conduct.
What did I do?
Fraudulently booking a room.
I'm not knowing about no room.
You use a third party to book a room using other people's information.
I understand that, but I'm not notified. I told you who did it. Like I don't understand.
You didn't tell me who did it. You showed me an Instagram page of who did it.
I saw you the messages.
It's still, you are in a spot to fraudulently take valuables, i.e. the hotel room.
Can anybody tell this young man to stop lying? The officer goes straight to the point once and for all, trying to reason with him and his girlfriend that this story about an Instagram friend named Rico doesn't make a lot of sense, and that his arguments are anything but solid.
Well, can we call the other employee? It wasn't supposed to be. Nothing was supposed to be changed. She said, "What's the name?"
It was edited at a minute before y'all checked in.
And I'm telling you guys that I have no high recollection of that, bro. And I told maybe he changed it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure about that. I just said it needed to be on hand because I couldn't find my.
It was changed by the front desk.
That's even worse. So we need to call the employee because I don't know her. Okay. I don't know the employee.
All right. Well, he's gonna figure it out, man. I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, man. You need to turn around.
Don't.
I'm gonna lock these so they don't clamp down on your wrists, okay? Get your purse. I can get your purse for you.
It's not uncommon for scammers to be caught with fake documents, attempting to swindle money by deceptive means. However, one individual left everyone astonished. When the police discovered he was carrying not just one, but a whopping 13 fake IDs, it was a surprise that turned heads from cops to bank staff members.
Hi, sir. Can I speak to you, please?
Yeah, that's all.
You have an ID on you?
I do.
Do they have your ID still?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over here. You can stand right here. So what's going on today?
Nothing. Just getting some personal checks.
Okay, so we've got a report that you're fraudulently cashing checks.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, did you cash checks anywhere else today?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put this down for a second. You turn around for me. Hands behind your back. You're not under arrest at the moment, but you are being detained.
This gentleman right here is being detained for fraudulently cashing checks. Check fraud is a serious crime where checks are deceptively or unlawfully used. It typically involves attempts to make purchases or transactions using fake, stolen, or altered checks. But is this the crime he committed at this bank?
So, are you saying that you understand your Miranda rights and you want to talk to me?
I do.
Okay. So, I already explained to you that the bank told us that you are committing check fraud. That's why you're in handcuffs right now. I'm waiting for them to provide the evidence of that. They have your ID. Is your name going to match the name? Is your actual name going to match the name on the ID?
No.
Okay. So, what is your actual name?
Bernie.
Looks like Grandpa's trying to spice up his retirement with a check fraud. You'd think after all those years of life experience, he'd come up with a better plan than this, but he didn't. The cop's sharp questions help shine a bit of light on the mystery. The bank will hand his ID over to the police, but it won't show his real name. And that's not even the most mind-blowing part. Check this out.
I'm dying to ask you some questions, but I'm not going to. So, Mr. Yes, I did. Mr. I don't like violence, but I'm not sure who I'm talking to. Is it Thomas Sacken, Jared Fisher?
They made all that.
They made all of that. So, okay, listen. You understand your Miranda rights?
I do.
Are you talking or not talking?
I'm talking, dude. I don't want to take a blame for them. They made all the IDs.
Have you never heard, don't bring your stuff to Martin County?
No.
Huh?
From Miami.
Miami? That makes sense. Well, you're in Martin County now. You're probably going to stay a while.
Wow, that's some serious dedication to fooling people. Even the officers from Martin County couldn't believe the amount of fake documents this man had with him. You can practically see the moment he realizes the game is over for him.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you. Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I look good.
You don't look 58.
Yeah, you do look good.
You do look good,
My
but
old
you
man
don't
looked young
but
when
you
he
don't
died.
look 58. Okay, now listen. if you insist that you're 58, fine, I'll believe you. I'm just telling you that I don't think you look 58. And by the way, I'm sitting in front of you holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fake IDs. So forgive me if I don't believe everything you say.
You got those from him.
And so I'm trying to, they're your picture on the IDs.
I know, but you got them from the guys in the car.
But the point is, it's not unreasonable for me to say, perhaps you're lying.
Despite the strong evidence, he's still trying to convince everyone he's a sprightly 58-year-old. With so many fraudulent documents, this man will get some serious charges. Do you think he intended to use all 13 IDs that day?
You got a sugar habit, buddy.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
That's not me, bro.
So that's not your shirt pocket that just came out of.
That is not mine.
Jeez.
I have nothing.
Step back.
At all to do with that.
So is okay. So just for the record, right now, I want to make a record of this for myself. Yeah. That's not your shirt.
It is my shirt, but I borrowed this shirt from one of those guys.
So it's not your shirt.
Okay, it's not my shirt. I borrowed this.
All right. I just want to make sure that when that goes on social media, I heard it first.
It's comical to see Grandpa's poker face when the officer pulled out that little piece of substance. But the real cherry on top of this cake was to hear him say that it wasn't his shirt. What a lame excuse. Things get closer to an end for the old man.
Who's the driver that just ran? Make one move. Who else was in that car?
Nobody else is in the car, boss.
All right.
There's nobody else in the car. Promise you.
Black male, I believe, black shirt. I have 2 on ground right now, Brown. Y'all be cool, I'm cool.
I'm chilling.
Good.
With 2 more suspects detained, now it's time for the cops to do some cardio by chasing the driver who vanished from the scene. It sounds like he might be a seasoned scammer for knowing exactly the time to run away. I think the cops and the sheriff will have a hard time catching him.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
In the apartment, by Black Ryan.
I got no firearms.
Sector 112 in the apartment by Blackburn.
Plot twist. The getaway driver's a freaking teenager. Unbelievable. The sheriff had no trouble arresting the young man, who was dumb enough to run away. Grandpa and the gang were charged with fraudulent use of ID and scheme to defraud. The sun rises again, and so does another scammer, attempting to swipe a hefty sum from a bank. But this one finds himself staring down the police before he can pull it off. Some scammers play dumb. Others try to convince us that they didn't know. But this one gets angry.
Where do you live?
New York.
New York? Do you have an account with this bank?
Sure.
Yes?
Yeah, in New York is where I opened it.
Okay. Does he have an account with you guys?
Seems to be a problem.
Well, for now, you're just detained for now, okay? So don't leave. You're not free to leave right now.
Another fine citizen just trying to withdraw some cash from an account that's not his. But some discrepancies in his identification raised eyebrows. Sensing this guy's impatience, the officer cuts to the chase, asking about his affiliation with the bank, and he tells fraudster number 4 that he's being detained for the time being.
How did you get here today?
Uber.
You Ubered?
Yes.
And you're staying in Orlando?
Yes.
And you just coming to Stewart to go to the bank?
I stopped here because they have a location because I was going to see my daughter.
Where does your daughter live?
She lives down a little further south. You know?
What's further south? Be a little more specific.
Sorry, Tamarack.
Tamarack?
Yes, but I was going to catch a Uber down there when I'm done here.
So how much is the Uber from Orlando here?
It's like $100 and some odd dollars.
And how much is it further down to Tamarack?
I haven't done it yet. I don't know. What's the problem?
The problem is that it's suspicious that you come here from Orlando, stopping in Stewart, and going to Tamarack. So we have a series of people.
Suspicious.
Is this a real ID? Is this a real ID?
What's the problem,
yes.
though?
The problem is, I just explained it to you. You don't make sense right now.
Getting busted as a fraudster by an upset cop is not the highlight of his day. And what to say about the awkward itinerary? This bank must have branches in the places he's passed through, but he decided to stop at that particular one. It doesn't get more suspicious than that.
What am I being arrested for, sir? You're not being arrested. You're being investigatory detention. We got to figure out what's going on here.
What do you mean you have to figure out what's going on here? I haven't broken laws. Yes, sir. Can I ask why I'm being detained, sir?
He just explained it to you.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
All right, they'll explain it to you. Just you have to go with the flow right now. And I think you'll understand later that this is to protect everyone, including you.
The sound of handcuffs clicking shut around the wrist can be unsettling, especially when you don't know why or when you pretend not to know. The officer puts him in investigative detention until they can find probable cause to actually arrest the guy. Let's see how it goes for this New Yorker in Florida.
Is that a Bluetooth speaker in your ear for your phone?
Yes.
Is somebody listening on there?
No.
I'm going to take it out. I'm going to turn it on and put it in your pocket, okay?
That's fine.
Just stand up for a second. Just put it in your pocket for right now. Turn around for me. Everything, there's no weapons on you, right? Or anything like that? Okay. Yep. You have just a lighter?
No, sir, I'm not carrying anything.
Is this your wallet here, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Is that the same ID that you gave? Oh, hold on. Just don't move.
Talk about a cop with a sixth sense. Did you catch the way his eyes locked onto the scammer's face? Like a hawk zeroing in on its prey? And the moment he spotted that sneaky little Bluetooth earplug, you could hear the alarms going off in his head.
So what we're doing, why I took a picture of your face, is we're going to input it into facial recognition. We're going to find out who you actually are, okay?
My name's David.
Thank you, David. Are you from Florida?
Not originally, I was born in Michigan.
Spell your middle name, or your last name. Are you from Orlando?
No, I'm originally from Michigan.
Well, but today, like where'd you come from today?
Oh, no, down Tamarack.
Miami? That was my next. That was my next guess. Some guys picked you up this morning, and they're going to give you money or drugs or both. Took a picture of your face and asked you to come up here and withdraw money.
It turns out the Big Apple Bandit is originally from Michigan but lives in Florida. By revealing his real name and explaining how the plan works, David will probably face less trouble when taken to jail. But does it mean he'll forget his life of crime after getting out? What do you think, guys?
How did they compensate you?
They haven't.
They said they were going to pay you afterwards? Have you done it already here at this location?
They brought me up here one other time.
Okay. How did they buy you these clothes?
Yeah.
I was going to say, they look very new.
If you guys are interested, I'm able to get in touch with them.
Okay. I mean, they probably know we're here,
I know.
right? You have a phone number for them?
I have multiple phone numbers for them. Yeah.
Okay. You've done this before, different places all over the state?
Yeah, they try to come. They try to make me work every day.
Wow.
Listen, man,
how much have you made?
I'm an addict. I'm an addict.
I know. You're not the first person I've met. You're not the first person I've met that goes through this.
If I don't get it, then you know what happens.
With his real name on the table and the scammer's modus operandi laid bare, it's like Christmas came early for law enforcement. No need for a game of 20 questions when the culprit is handing over the whole playbook on a silver platter.
Is it always a New York ID?
No, they do Georgia and Ohio too.
How do you think they get this information?
I'm not sure. You'll see on my phone that boss man Kevin texts information about the person to my phone too.
Oh wow!
Like social security number.
I was gonna say you did pretty good rattling off the social.
And all that stuff. They text it to my phone right there. You'll see in the texting.
Just so that when they ask you questions, you're able to answer them. So boss man Kevin gets them somehow, and they just pay you a percentage of whatever you get out of the branch.
Yeah, it's a very small percentage.
Like what? Like $100?
Yeah, $100, $200
each time, like each day.
Truth be told, his story is a sad and all too common tale. Sure, the cops could recite his script in their sleep by now, but that doesn't change the fact that this Florida man is staring down the barrel of some very serious consequences for this identity fraud case.
Lucrative business, right? Yeah, for them, not you.
So scammer number 4 was arrested and charged with grand theft, possession of another person's ID without consent, fraudulent use of ID, and uttered, forged, or altered bill check draft. The Ferndale Police Department received a call to investigate a potential check fraud incident at a nearby bank. As part of their investigation, officers verified the identity of a passenger in a vehicle and discovered an outstanding warrant, which led to the individual's arrest.
Okay, at this point, you guys are all suspect in a fraud, okay? So would everybody like to go in handcuffs and then we go through this process? Yes, they are being detained. I've already told them they're detained. I don't know who you are, so I'm not talking to you anymore.
So it looks like our scammer number 5 wasn't in action when the cops arrived. It's hard to say if he was up to something fishy or if fate decided to throw a curveball his way. Those folks without ID are giving the officer quite a puzzle to solve. And then you've got the lady on the phone who identified herself as an attorney.
Mr. Moore, step out of the vehicle. You're being detained in handcuffs.
I guess I'm being detained in handcuffs now.
He's got warrants for his arrest.
Because I got warrants.
Hold on. Give me your phone.
I need to get...
Yes. Okay. That's all right. Go ahead and step out. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
They're gonna hang it up right now themselves. No, they're not. Yes, he is. He's handled in my phone. How is that okay? You guys just cut it off.
Because I don't even talk to her or listen to her. She's not part of this incident. Well, if you want to talk to your attorney, you can call her later.
Being stuck in a jail cell on a cold day is definitely not anyone's idea of a good time. As for his persistent phone conversations with the attorney, that's not how things usually go in cases like this, which explains the officer's blunt reply.
So I'm not worried about some minor drugs or anything like that, but the jail does care, so if you end up in the jail and you have any drugs on you, it's going to be felony charges for you, okay? So if you have anything that's going to stab me, poke me, cut me, tell me about it now, okay?
I had a little bit of that in my back pocket.
Okay, and I'll thanks for telling me that. If it's just a little bit, I'll take you to the station, I'll destroy it, okay? Fair enough?
Looks like reality's starting to sink in for the guy with the warrant for fraud, realizing he won't be cozying up in his own bed tonight. As for his pals in the car, well, can anyone guess if they'll stick around to keep him company or if they'll find a way out of this situation?
There's your ID. What's that? Yeah, you're gonna be free to go, so just be mindful. You guys are on videotape now, okay? If other stuff comes up, we'll figure out who you are. We'll track you down, take you to jail, right? So be mindful. We're keeping an eye out. You're in a car with a girl with stolen checks and a guy that probably has stolen checks in his pocket too. We just haven't confirmed it yet. So feel free to back out and have a good day.
His journey comes to an end here. The warrant was served and he's facing jail time. As for his friends back in the car, the attorney on the phone has probably walked them through the situation by advising them what to say and what not to. They are free for now.
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am, Dr. Biddle Task Police Department needs you to go ahead and get find your bag. You're under arrest. Okay?
Why am I under arrest?
Explain it to you. Go ahead and find your bag.
No, you need to tell me why I'm being detained. Don't resist. Stop resisting.
Hey, if you resist, you're going to take it down.
Loosen your hands up. What am I doing?
In May 2023, there was quite the stir at a Walmart store when officers were called in to investigate a suspected theft. It turned out that a young woman had attempted to make a sneaky exit through the self-checkout counter without paying for a few items she had in her bag.
Whole time buying stuff. I have money. Is that the issue? Do you want me to show you my debit card? Where's let's see what this is. Where did you put a damn phone at?
Is this their buggy as well?
This is yours? Yeah, so I went and got another buggy to put the stuff in.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna walk to the office over here. And
Okay, but can you stop being so tight? You're embarrassing me, first off.
She pretends to be angry at the cops for accusing her of theft and lets the whole store know she's got money and has no idea why she's being detained in handcuffs. This is a typical move for shoplifters caught in public for everyone to see.
You have ID on you?
No, but you don't need my ID until you're telling me why I'm being detained.
I told you you're being detained
For what?
Any investigation into shoplifting. You're not giving your name.
No,
Okay.
I refuse.
So you're gonna catch a resisting charge on top.
You are resisting my rights. This is my rights. And I will be pressing charges, and I will be making a big ordeal about this. Let me go, please.
At this point, you are under arrest.
How?
Shoplifting.
I never shoplift.
I'm calling that.
No, yes, prove to me how I shoplift.
On video, you're shoplifting.
Where does it show I shoplift?
Skip scan. Come on.
How did I skip scan? Show me. You cannot arrest me. I refuse. You need to call your boss. Call your call your supervisor.
Go out to the car.
You're going to call your supervisor. How are you going to tell me you can't arrest me when I didn't do nothing?
She's got all the classic characteristics of a Karen. Entitlement oozing from every pore, and a talent for turning every situation into a full-blown spectacle. Sadly, we can't see the images of when the officers take the shoplifter to the manager's office, but we can hear her loud and clear as she refuses to show her ID.
You guys are in so much trouble, I promise. You can't sit there and say I'm being arrested for possession charges because you didn't arrest me for that.
I also have a video. The video we see that. She does 2 perfumes and a pair of pants. She covers up the perfumes with a pair of pants, and the pants covers the bag.
Okay.
Like we have like legit.
Okay.
I will call corporate. I promise. I hate them so much. I hate the cops. I didn't even get to finish. Check it out. They never called me stealing. I'm not gonna let this get away. You're not getting away with this. On my son's life, you will not get away with this. I will do whatever it takes to make sure each and every one of you guys will pay for this. You think I don't know the people that run Tallahassee? Enjoy your 3-4 weeks without pay.
As the manager arrived on the scene, shedding more light on the situation, the audacity of the young woman's plan became clear. Her cunning scheme involved making a beeline for the self-checkout, casually scanning and paying for a couple of items to throw off suspicion, all the while discreetly slipping the priciest goods, in this case a pair of pants concealing bottles of perfume, into her bag.
I have enough connects that I am gonna pull the race card.
Despite the unfolding display of entitlement, the police officers managed to keep their cool throughout the ordeal. She was charged with petty theft, resisting, possession of paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. It's safe to say that crime doesn't pay, and these scammers proved just that. Dozens of fake IDs or hiding from an arrest warrant didn't help these folks get away with fraud. But there's always a new dumb scammer plotting some genius crime who will end up behind bars. Well, that's it for now, guys. Feel free to share more stories with us in the comments below. We'll see you next time.